Hey, what you say, food family? Mike here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be making a bourbon barbecue sauce. Yeah, that's right. Next time you're throwing some ribs in the smoker or chicken on the grill, anything you're cooking really that calls for barbecue sauce, this is the sauce you want to be using. Now that being said, this is just a base recipe, so you can tweak it how you want. But for today, I'm going to show you how I like to get it done. So let's get cooking. Okay, today's bourbon barbecue sauce is basically a standard recipe: brown sugar, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, onion, garlic, salt, pepper, tomato paste. You know, the standard stuff. And then we'll also be adding a little bit of bourbon for some extra tang to make it sweet and tangy sauce. That being said, the bourbon, the alcohol will be cooked off, so it does remain kid-friendly for everybody out there that was wondering. Other than that, I'll change the camera angle and get this stuff going and show you how it's done. Begin by sauteing some onions and garlic in a saucepan over medium to medium-high heat. I went ahead and pureed mine in the food processor, but you can also rough chop yours and use an immersion blender later on to smooth out your sauce. Saute this mixture for 2 to 3 minutes until the onions begin to turn translucent and the garlic becomes fragrant. You guys know better, we're not going to put any alcohol in this without giving it a taste first, right? So let's uncap this and give her a swig. Yep, that's the good stuff. This is what we'll be using. With that delicious taste test out of the way, add your bourbon to the pot and stir everything together. You're going to slowly bring this mixture up to a boil to burn off the alcohol and fortify the flavors. Keep stirring, and after a few minutes, the onions will begin to brown. At this point, go ahead and add your brown sugar and stir it into the mixture. Next, add the ketchup. Now you can obviously tell it's quite thick and will need some time to warm up and become incorporated, so just stir it a bit for now and it will eventually fully mix in. In the meantime, add some tomato paste. Then some liquid smoke. This really ups the barbecue flavor game in this sauce, so give it a quick stir to get those ingredients mixed together. Of course, you can't forget to add some Worcestershire sauce. And finally, a bit of apple cider vinegar to finish things off. Raise the temperature and continue to stir this mixture until it comes up to almost a boil. As you can see, as the temperature increases and we keep stirring, the sauce will start to thicken up and become darker in color as all those flavors come together to form a homogeneous sauce. As you saw in the close-up, we got all our ingredients added to the pot and everything stirred together. Brought that up to a boil, and now what I'm going to do is reduce the temperature and let it go for about 30 minutes so all the ingredients and the flavors can meld together. So that being said, I'll drop this temperature down and we'll see you in a bit. Now, one thing I did want to remind you guys before I completely forget is you do want to stir this every 4 or 5 minutes, or else you'll leave your kitchen and come back and there'll be barbecue sauce everywhere. So don't completely forget about it while it's simmering and all the flavors are melting together. That being said, though, while you're in there, you know, it's too hot to taste, but one thing you can taste is that bourbon. So shot station's open. Yep, still good. Alright, so my bourbon barbecue sauce has been cooking for about 25-30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and let it cool down, but before we're totally done with this, let's go ahead and give it some salt and pepper. Of course, everything needs a little seasoning to it. Alright, stir that in. Smells amazing in here, by the way. Probably can't see it, but it's nice and thick, which is what you're looking for. It should have reduced by 1/4 to 1/2. Alright, I'm going to let this cool. We'll come back and give it a taste and see how we did. Alright, welcome back. Our bourbon barbecue sauce has cooled down. I'm going to go ahead and give it one last stir here, just to make sure it's all mixed and everything's evenly heated through.
And let's give it a taste test. It's amazing. It's tangy from that bourbon. It's sweet from the brown sugar and the ketchup. That liquid smoke gives that little bit of smokiness to it. It's just great all around. It will definitely go on your next batch of ribs, chicken, whatever you're throwing on the grill or in the smoker. Now that being said, there's two things left we can do here. We can leave it as is and go ahead and throw it in a mason jar and put it in the fridge for storage. Or if you want a little thinner and you want to put it in like a squeeze bottle like this, take an immersion blender to it. That's up to you. And by immersion blender, I'm talking about one of these guys, you know, just, and that will break up any last bit of onion and garlic, anything that's a little too thick in there to get through the tip of a squirt bottle. Other than that, hopefully you liked the bourbon barbecue sauce I made here today. There'll be a link below in the description box with the exact ingredients and amounts and timing and everything. Go ahead and give that a click. Make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, get in the kitchen, make something tasty, and make the people around you happy. Mike here signing off. Until next time, just keep cooking.